So, um, we have a bit of an emergency. I know that I wasn't going to be streaming while I was at the conference, and I apologize. Hi, Enoch, how you doing? Hi, Indigo. Um, but I was swimming at the hotel pool, and a notification came up on my YouTube, and Ironmouse, the face of Vshojo, has left Vshojo. Hi Oro. We're gonna talk about it. Ironmouse has left Vshojo. First it was Matara, and then Giga, and then Zentreya, and now the face of Vshojo, Ironmouse, has left. And I kind of want to talk about it. I don't know if you know who Ironmouse is, but she was a number one streamer at one point. She's one of the biggest VTubers in the American space, and time for work, but wanted to say hi. No worries, Oro. She's one of the biggest VTubers in the Western space, and she has always done streams for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. She started, trying to doing VTubing to try and make friends. Um, and she has common variable immunodeficiency. Her immune system does not work properly. She was bedridden for years. She can walk with a walker now, but she has raised up to $4 million with CDOG for the Immune Deficiency Foundation, and her work is very very well known to help people with autoimmune deficiency diseases like hers. Um, and she was one of the VTubers that got me into VTubing. I'm just gonna be real. Um, so we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see what's up. Um, it's a semi-blind reaction. I like played a little bit of it, but I want to go over it with you. It's an emergency stream. Um, and YouTube is also gonna be getting this because this is really bad. If the face of Vshojo is leaving, there is something wrong. Um, Give me a second to switch over, right quick, and get the thing. Well, she's not even leaving Vshojo. She left Vshojo, so it must have been fucking bad. All right, here we go. Screen capture. All right, I'm gonna play from the
Hi.
beginning. Okay. Um, and we're gonna talk about it because it was already bad enough. Zen left Vshojo and Giga and Matara. But this is got to be a lot. So we're gonna talk about it. I know I keep saying that. I'm sorry.
I am leaving Vshojo. Unfortunately, I recently found out.
If I remember correctly, it isn't just the talents who are leaving. There are also staff people who have left over the last months. Yeah, I know one of the co-owners left. So it's just Gunrun. Hi, Suzuki. Ironmouse left Vshojo, so we're having an emergency reaction stream.
That for the past couple of months, I have been misled by Vshojo. With the information that I currently have, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today, is owed over $500,000 from Visho.
What the fuck? Are we serious? $500,000 to a charity. $500,000 to a charity. Her charity. Yeah, damn is right.
I know that this is a lot, and it's very important for me to be honest with all of you. I really want to tell you everything, but unfortunately, right now, I have been instructed by my attorney to wait for more of the legal procedure to unfold. So one day I will be able to tell you the full story.
Legal procedure. That could go multiple ways. Either she is suing Vshojo, or the charity is suing Vshojo. Also, quick question: was Eclipse sent fine? Just wanted to know. Yes. I have to decide which one I'm going to use. I haven't gotten to that yet. It's kind of just been resting and uh, relaxing today, so I apologize. Um, I have not had the time to be on my computer today. Um, I was swimming and drinking tequila and having a good time, so I apologize um, that I haven't gotten to it yet.
But for now, I just need to let you know that I will no longer be a part of Vshojo. If you give me a moment of your time, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I know for a lot of people right.
Just want to make sure you're fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. This hit me really heavy. Ironmouse was one of my inspirations for becoming a VTuber. Um, so I I needed to sit down with you guys and react to this because um this is a lot. This is a lot for me right now. And I'm trying not to be emotional, but I'm kind of emotional about it. Also, we're using headphone mic because I did not bring my tripod mic. Um, but hopefully the sound quality is still okay. Um, but I am kind of emotional because Ironmouse was one of the people that got me into VTubing and was one of the people that inspired me to start. Her and I think uh, Zentrea, and both of them have now left. The person who got me into VTubing was Kenji and Ironmouse, so I feel you. Yeah, I heard about Kenji too with the brain aneurysm. We might talk about that today, because I have family who also has lost loved ones to brain aneurysms. So we might talk about that after we watch this video and Giga's video on Ironmouse leaving Vshojo. So let's get through this and give our thoughts and our opinions and talk in the chat for a little bit before, you know, things get too heavy. Oh fuck, Vshojo, yeah. Yeah, they owe Ironmouse and the Immune Deficiency Foundation $500,000.
Now that this might be the first time you're ever watching me. I became a VTuber because I really wanted to make friends. I was very lonely due to the fact that I have a primary immune deficiency disease called CVID. I basically have a low to near non functioning immune system, which means I get sick a lot. And
I remember when she was bedridden. I remember she can walk with a walker now and a cane, which is phenomenal. But I remember when she couldn't even get out of bed. She has drugs pumping directly to her heart, for those who don't know, to keep her alive. Let me just read this out for anybody who has vision issues. CVID is a relatively frequent form of primary immunodeficiency found in about 1 in 25,000 people. This is the reason is called common. The degree and type of deficiency of serum immunoglobulins and the clinical course varies from person to person, hence the word variable. An additional characteristic is a decreased LGA IgA and or IgM level, or low level of all three major types of immunoglobulins. In some individuals, there are defects of the T cells and G cells from what Ironmouse has spoken on before. And this may also contribute to increased susceptibility to infections as well as autoimmunity, granulomatous disease, and cancer. This is why indie VTubers need to stop relying on the corporate and rely on ourselves and change the status quo in the space. I do agree with you, but at the same time, Vshojo was one of the few companies that behaved like an indie VTuber group. You it's not like usual companies where they hire you. Vshojo, their staff is essentially, it's like contract work. You hire them to sell your merchandise with your IP on it, and they get a cut of the profit. Okay. Um, which made it different from a lot of companies. Because most companies, you have a specific IP, you have um, a specific amount of money you're paid outside of streams, you have commissions, things of that nature. But Vshojo kind of flipped that on its head, which was why Vshojo was so respected. So this shit, for them to do this shit, is beyond disgusting to me. Thank you for the daily frenzy. This shit is beyond disgusting to me. This is the lowest of the low behavior for a company that essentially flipped the corpo VTuber formula on its head. Thank you for the daily frenzy cast.
And it caused me to remain isolated for long periods of my life. So then I found streaming, and I thought about giving it a try because I wanted to see if I could make some friends online because I honestly couldn't ever leave my room. I never really expected to grow an audience or anything. It was one of the last things on my mind. I just thought that I would stream to, 5 to 10 people and just hang out from time to time, make some friends, play games, and just continue on with my life. But unfortunately, I was too scared to stream with my face.
I am the same way. I'm afraid to stream with my face, especially with how my weight fluctuates and everything like that. Um, for those who don't know, I've lost about 20 pounds in the past 2 months. But I am still like 315 pounds. For those who have seen my face in the Discord, it may not look it, but it feels it, and having that be something that people can point and laugh towards, and also just my autism and not being able to look at a camera properly, um, it's terrifying what people will do with, an easy target. And I don't want to become like somebody's lolcow or anything. So I went to VTubing as well after doing faceless streaming for a little while because kind of I wanted to be able to interact with you as humanly as possible without giving up that anonymity.
So, a friend of mine recommended that I try an app called FaceRig that would allow me to use an anime avatar to stream, and that's how I started VTubing. It took me a while.
Face Rig, I remember it came out in early 2015, I think. But it was a lot of people were trying it. A lot of people were doing it for memes and funny reasons, and it made for good YouTube content. But I never thought of it as something for VTubing until, Mousy started doing it.
To take it seriously and even begin to think about maybe being able to grow a community and even make this a career. I think I really started to take it seriously around the time when I was approached to join Vshojo, and it was through Vshojo that I was able to grow into the Ironmouse that I am today. When I was approached in 2020 and asked to join Vshojo, it seemed like a good idea, but I honestly did not know if I could ever be a corporal VTuber because I felt like I just couldn't. In my mind, I saw myself as unhireable, which is why streaming worked for me. I had no boss.
I can hear the emotion in her voice, and it makes me emotional, man. Because Mousy does not deserve this bullshit. I said this on Twitter, but I called this moment the video heard around the world. I can agree with that. Iron Mouse has come so far and has bridged not only the VTuber community, but the FleshTuber and VTuber communities together. Like, she has done so much for streaming as a whole, you know, and done so much for content creation as a person. She has shown love in so many phenomenal ways. And I could I could never imagine how badly this devastated her.
No strict rules, I had no hours, no expectations. It was all up to me, and due to the fact that I have lived my life chronically ill and being unable to do much of anything, I just felt like there was no way that anyone would ever take me or want me. For a while, I was struggling to make a decision because I was afraid about my anonymity and afraid about trusting people because I felt like every time I put my trust in people, it always ends in grief for me. So I
I know the feeling of that too. I have attachment and abandonment issues. I'm not trying to make this about me. I'm just saying that I relate to. I'm I'm chronically ill in a different way, but I understand. Putting your trust in people and being consistently betrayed and being consistently treated poorly. And again, I'm not trying to make this about me at all. I don't know how to communicate I relate to her without using my own experiences. So I apologize if I'm making this seem like it's about me. It's not, chat. It's not. You emphasize with them essentially, and yeah, I can relate. Yes, it's empathy. It's putting myself in her shoes because I understand. We don't have the same illnesses, we don't have the same life, but we have similar, patterns of behavior that we have experienced.
was worried about expectations and a million and one other things, but I ultimately decided to join Vshojo. It really pains me that I am unable to fully explain why I am leaving, but for right now, here's what I am allowed to share with you. I would always be told how important I was for the company, and I was always told that I was needed in order for the company to succeed. Although that was very positive to hear, it put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me to the point where I felt guilt tripped into signing. I felt responsible for everybody. I felt responsible for staff and talent alike. And I felt like if I didn't do this and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody's life. But this didn't feel right with me, and I began to feel extremely uncomfortable. As
She was manipulated essentially. She how do I put this in a way that doesn't like slander? She was used as a tool, as a I guess you could say Vshojo was kind of narcissistic in a way. Not necessarily with they weren't doing the "you'll be nothing without me," but more like "we will be nothing without you." It was almost a victim complex, and it was almost a she was the supply that kept Vshojo going, kept the demand for Vshojo in the public eye. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I see it. It's like a victim mentality on the staff's part.
my viewers know, privacy has always been one of my biggest concerns. I've had a lot of scary experiences in my life. So, one amazing thing for me was the fact that Vshojo handled all my payments, and it meant that I never had to give out any of my personal information. So, that was always a blessing to me. As time went on, I decided that I wanted to try to start pulling out my remaining funds because I wanted to start taking over my own finances. This is what led me to this point. Throughout the years,
Mousy, I'm so sorry. You did not deserve any of this. And you have done so much for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. You don't deserve this, girl. And I'm so sorry for what they did to you. And I really hope that with you becoming independent again, that things will be better.
Connor and I have raised around $4 million for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The majority of the money raised is through Tiltify at events like the Cyclothon, the charity auction, and other miscellaneous events that we've had. However, because of the success of my first subathon, I decided to donate half the earnings of my following two subathons to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The first time I tried this, it worked great. Over 200,000 people supported me, and because of that, we raised over $329,350 to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Because the money came from my Twitch revenue instead of a Tiltify link, it required Vshojo to make the donation on my behalf. They promptly sent the payment, and the subathon was a huge success. So I decided to do it again the next year. My last subathon was one of the biggest events I've ever done. The support was overwhelming, and I ended up getting over 300,000 subscribers and breaking the all time sub record. But
If we can just talk about this for a minute, she she did the right thing. I am so proud of you, Mouse. And I know that doesn't really matter because I'm like, I pop into your streams once in a blue moon, and I pop into your streams at like random intervals. But what you have done is worth so much, and I am so proud of you.
this also meant that we had raised $515,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I once again asked Vishojo to make the donation on my behalf, but unfortunately, still a year later, Vshojo has not paid the charity. The Immune Deficiency Foundation means the world to me. Connor and I have both spent a ton of energy, time, and resources raising money for charity. And we're both so proud to be able to say that we've raised nearly $4 million for charity. We almost always raise money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. They help people with primary immune deficiency diseases, or PI, which are inherited disorders where a part of the body's immune system is missing or doesn't function properly, which makes people like me more prone to infection. And this includes over 450 different conditions. The Immune Deficiency Foundation is a charity that is near and dear to my heart and has a particular significance in my life. When my health first started getting really bad, the Immune Deficiency Foundation helped me immensely when I really had nowhere else to turn. I was terrified, I was lonely, and I was confused. I honestly didn't really know what was going on, and I never ever want anyone else to go through that. This entire situation has broken me. I just wanted to do something good and to give back to a community that helped me, but unfortunately, that's not the case. As
They did her so dirty, bro. They did her so dirty. They should have never held those payments. That wasn't her personal revenue. Like, I mean, yes, it was, but like, that wasn't meant to be withheld. You know, that wasn't meant to be withheld. I'm sorry I'm emotional right now, but I'm trying not to cry because I don't want her. I wish she didn't have to go through this. And I'm sounding so parasocial, and I'm sorry, but she did not deserve this whatsoever.
As much as I would like to continue to talk about this, unfortunately, I can't. So, to recap, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the Immune Deficiency Foundation is owed over $500,000 from Vshojo. I really wish that I could tell you more, but right now, I have been advised to wait for legal proceedings. As of right now, I am an independent VTuber. I am at a loss of what to do right now. I'm kind of processing everything. I'm very sad and very confused. Once again, I want to apologize to the Immune Deficiency Foundation and to my community
It's not your fault. And I think the Immune Deficiency Foundation knows that.
who has shown so much support to me. I also wanted to say that all the ad money made from this video will go towards the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. Like I said, I really haven't had much time to process this. But below the video in the description box is a link to a donation fund for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Thankfully, any donations made through Tiltify go directly to the charity. That link is also there if you've heard about this and would like to support the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Sometime this month, I plan on doing a special live stream in order to raise money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I hope to have a ton of friends joining me, and hopefully, there'll be a lot of singing and a lot of fun and just a day full of happiness. I just honestly really want to show that after all of this, that VTubing is a force for good. So, thank you guys so much for all the support, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And once again, I want to say that I am truly sorry. Okay,
I'm so sorry, Mouse. Um, God, that's fucking awful, dude. It's fucking awful. Um, there is a link to the Immune Deficiency Foundation in the pinned comment in chat, and there will be one in the description for this YouTube video. Um, that way, you know, we can support as much as we can. I will also have the Tiltify link if you want to go through Ironmouse's specific portion of the charity. Um, we're gonna watch the Giga video to kind of, because Giga knows a lot that we don't, and I feel like her insight would be really, really helpful. Um,
a minute. Just
I'm gonna wait for you guys to get through the ads. before we start. Because I don't want you to have to deal with this, with an ad break while we talk about this. So, yeah. If you don't want to deal with ads, you can always consider subscribing to the Twitch. And I will always be grateful for that. But we're going to get into it shortly. I'm just waiting for the ads to finish. So, YouTube, I apologize. But I'm waiting for Twitch chat to get back to us so that we can continue to talk about this. I'm just waiting. We got about 1 more minute, so I thought my phone started ringing. I was like, what the fuck? Had me concerned. Doing a heckin' concern. Just didn't know Giga made a vid. Yes, Giga made a vid around the same time, like right after Ironmouse's release. So just waiting for you guys to get back from the ads. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. We're gonna watch the Giga video and see what she has to say, because she has a lot of insider knowledge that she may be able to speak about that Ironmouse can't. So, yeah.
To make sure we're good.
I know Moist Critical covered it. Yeah, Charlie did, but Charlie doesn't know much about VTubing, really, outside of interacting with a couple people who are VTubers. Specifically Nux and people like that, and Nux is not a good influence. So he doesn't know much about VTubing other than like Rule 34 tournaments and just hanging out with Nux. Nux is not a good person. I used to be a Nux Taku fan, and after what he did to Taiga, which I've covered on the YouTube channel if you haven't checked it out, I just don't rock with him.
You're confused? Yeah, no, I'll update you guys. No, Mouse messaged me to let me know that she had posted a video and everything, just to make sure that I knew it was posted. I'm good. We're fine.
Nux is cringe. He is. I don't really want to go into it too much, because that's not the subject of the video. But my Taiga video is up if anybody needs to take a look at it.
Actually, incredibly relieved is what I'll say. I'm relieved and glad. But that's just from my end, because my perspective is going to be very different from yours. I know you guys are out of the loop. I'm about to explain it. Just sit for a second. Okay. So, hold on. Where's my button? There I am. So Mouse has just announced that she's left Vshojo. Yeah, I knew she was working on it and all that. So this is not like a sudden piece of news for me, but it will be for you guys. You guys know I have already left. I left on, June 27th, so I've been gone for a couple weeks. Don't post anything that she said in the chat. I'm gonna say it, because I want to make sure details are right, okay? All right.
Yeah, it was Matara, Giga, Zentrea, and then Mouse, if I remember the order right. I wouldn't be surprised if uh, Melody, Henya, or Fruit left next. Next. Blah, blah.
So I'll just echo it. So there are a lot of things that have gone on in the background. I'm going to turn alerts off, by the way, real quick, just before I forget. There we go. There have been a lot of things that have gone on in the background that I have been completely unable to talk about, completely unable to say. I've wanted to, but that's been like legally just not a thing I should do. So finally, someone who is able to say those things has said them, and it's good. There is a lot more.
Come to think of it, I don't think there's been much news of Fruit. That's a topic for another time, though. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Fruit. But if I do get the chance to take a look at it, we'll talk about it. Um, just not tonight. After we discuss everything with these VTubers tonight with Vshojo, I will probably head back to rest and relax. But this was kind of an impromptu guerrilla stream, as you like to call it, Indigo. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say on that topic.
Absolutely, there's a lot to be said, but that is what can be said at this moment in time, especially because it's stuff that pertains to Mouse in particular. So it's her situation that she can speak on. I'll just echo some of the stuff that she said in her video. But she posted a video on YouTube on it if you want to see. She feels very misled on a lot of things and has been misled. I will add, I've felt this way as well. Absolutely. I did also see a lot of writing on the wall of a lot of things, but until I felt I had solid reasoning to say this is true, I didn't want to move on anything, obviously.
Yeah, because you don't want to. You want to make sure you have concrete evidence so you don't come out as like defamatory. You know, I understand that.
And then over time, I found out that certain things were in fact true, and I went, oh no, and decided to leave. All right. So nothing, every decision gets made for really good reason. And I know I initially made a video saying I was leaving, and I tried to say really hard, really clearly, hey, this is just a small piece of what I can talk about. There are other reasons, but these are just the things I can say. I absolutely meant it when I said there's other stuff, other reasoning that I can't say. And that is, this is some of it. This is some. Again, the word some. This is some of it. So I just feel really relieved because it's not stuff that I could say. The TLDR for some of the stuff that Mouse has revealed today, that is stuff that I've been absolutely disgusted by for some time. She is owed a significant amount of funds that she hasn't been paid. Okay, this is what she's revealing. I'm not going to talk about anyone else's situations. I'm just going to say this because this is what she's already said, and I don't want to out anything that I can't out, But she's owed a significant amount of money. The IDF, the charity, the Immune Deficiency Foundation, that she always works with, and that I say we because we all did, plus her especially, however, her being the number one, have always fundraised for. There's a lot of funds that were held on her behalf for events that she did that she found out were not paid. The IDF is currently owed over $500,000 that should have been paid to them.
And that's not including what is owed to Mouse. I just realized that. That's not including what is owed to Mouse herself.
Wasn't. And I didn't know that. And she didn't know that. None, I don't think any of us knew that until recently. So I can't begin to describe how that feels, knowing that we've tried. I mean, charity was always a really big thing for us. And I say us because, yes, it's about all of us, but I feel like this is really especially about Mouse, But I can't begin to tell you how it feels to be like, yeah, this is like our thing. We love doing this. And then to find out that I had no idea. No fucking clue.
And that's disgusting, because that means none of the other Vshojo VTubers knew either. Oh, I'm genuinely so sick to my stomach, dude. I'm so fucking sick. What is wrong with Vshojo? Why would you do that?
And I mean, it's insane. It's insane, and I really don't have words for it. I really don't even know what to say about it. It's something that's so incredibly personal as well. Like, I'll speak from my perspective. One of my best friends, one of the people I care about the most in this world, is someone who has a horrific medical condition that she really can't do anything about, and has dedicated so much of her life, all of her time, toward making sure that she can fundraise for a foundation that tries to maybe find answers, that tries to maybe support people in whatever way they can, right? This is a big deal to a lot of us, her especially, okay? And then finding out
Yeah.
that a large amount of the money that our community gave to, with the knowledge apparently that it was going to go to this foundation because it's for charity, finding out that that was not, and not all of it, some, a big, but a really big sum, was not given to that charity is absolutely fucking insane.
And the thing that boggles my mind is that it's a fucking charity. We raise funds for charity all the time. Like, y'all may not be able to contribute, but y'all are aware and you share and support. You know? Gamers for Gaza, the Trevor Project, the Pink Spade Project. You know? Shit like that. If I had found out that my proceeds were withheld by a corpo that I worked with to a charity, I would have thrown up. I would have thrown up. I'm just gonna be real with you.
And I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do, right? What can you even do about that? That's crazy. And I wish I could say like more, but I don't even have words. I don't even have words on it. And it's one of those things that if I knew there was some sort of issue, maybe I could have done something, right? Like maybe we could have worked on it, but we just thought it was given, thought it was paid. You know? So I don't even know. I'm not going to point any specific fingers. Something I ask is that you don't point specific fingers at specific people if they're not being directly mentioned or anything like that. All we can do is address it as, the company as a whole or anything like that, But yeah, that's I just want to say that much. Like, there you go. But I'll just say, like, there's a reason that when I left, I was like, I'm gonna miss my manager, right? And I love my members. Like, there's a reason. Okay, that's really what it is. I just yeah, it's a big bomb. There's more that needs to be given time before she can say more, before we can say more. There might be some things that I don't know if we'll get to speak on. I really don't know. I really don't know, and everything is unfolding. And if anyone has seemed a little busy from our group, if anyone has seemed a little, they're not streaming a little bit as much or something like that, just know that there's reasoning for that, and they may not be able to talk about it. But yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I don't know. I don't want to assume anyone's capable of such things. Me neither. Me neither.
But that's the problem. They are. That's the issue. Is that they are capable, and it's so gross, dude.
This all has been really, like, so incredibly shocking to find out, and it sucks because each time I find out a new thing relating to this or similar, I'm like not even surprised anymore. Like, it's shocking, yet I could picture it, which is horrible. The fact that I can picture that is horrible. So I'm just, yeah. Yeah, I would like to say more. I just don't want to say anything outside of what she said here. Um, Legally, people could get themselves in weird situations depending on what they say. So I think the best a lot of us are going to be able to do is just echo things that are already said, and that's kind of it. I would love
Mm-hmm.
to. I would love to, man. I really would, but I have to be careful, obviously.
So what I'm getting from Giga is that there is a plethora of wrongdoing inside Vshojo that we don't understand, and we may not. It depends. Thank you for the raid. Oh wait, no, that's just fucking Orion. Orion, thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. Um, you kind of caught me at a pretty dark time, so I apologize. We are doing an impromptu react stream um about Ironmouse leaving Vshojo. Uh, Thank you, Kachina. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Kyrie. I'm a Gormagala VTuber. I do variety reactions and games, mostly games. I'm at a conference where I speak about my time in foster care, so I was not planning to stream today, but a couple hours ago, Iron Mouse left Vshojo, and for those who don't know, she left Vshojo because uh, Vshojo owes $500,000 to the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is a very personal charity to Ironmouse, and also owes a significant amount of funds to Ironmouse herself. And this is just one of the many things that is coming out about Vshojo. Um, for those who don't know, Ironmouse was the face of Vshojo, so this is pretty significant. Um, Ironmouse and Zentrea were some of the people uh, that got me into VTubing, so this hits home for me. $500,000 just to the charity, yes. Um, so if you want to stick around and kind of learn what Giga is talking about, because Giga left Vshojo like a month ago, so um, she knows some things that she can talk about, and she knows some things that she can't talk about. But let's just put it like this: this is just a sprinkle on the shitstorm cake of Vshojo. Hi, Graham. Hello. Yeah, yeah. Also, Orion, I hope your stream was really good. I do apologize. I will ask you about your stream when we have a less emotional moment, but if you guys need to rate a run, I totally understand. If you need to get food, water, feel free. If you want to stick around, feel free. However, this is really heavy for me because this happened a couple hours ago. So it's really recent, and I'm covering this with you guys because it needed to be said. Like, I got out of the hotel pool, and within the hour of that, Iron Mouse uploaded her video. So, yeah. There's also a link in the pinned comment. If you have money to donate to the Immune Deficiency Foundation, feel free. This is going on YouTube as well, so say hi to YouTube. And there will be a link in the description to Iron Mouse's Tiltify for this charity as well. She and Connor have raised $4 million in her entirety of streaming to the Immune Deficiency Foundation, and that includes working with people like Baby No Money to raise funds. So this means a lot. The entirety of the Vshojo VTubers have worked with Ironmouse to raise these funds, and thus this hits every single Vshojo VTuber.
But yeah, as of right now, Mouse is independent as well, and I'm relieved. Like I said when I started talking about this, I'm really relieved.
Also, for those who weren't here for the first video, Mouse was kind of pressured into going into Vshojo. They had a victim mentality with her and like a reverse narcissism technique where they basically said she was the sole reason that they were up and running in the first place. And so, in order to keep it alive, they needed her, which made her extremely uncomfortable.
I am, because this is stuff that I was like, I sure wish I could say this, but you know, not really the person to do it, for sure. I'm relieved because I would love to sit here. This whole time I've been thinking for months, like I would love to sit here and just be like, yep, that happened. But what can you do? What can you do? And we're still figuring out a lot about the situation. So please don't bother anyone asking for.
They peer pressured her and tried to make her the saint of Vshojo. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know if Vshojo is being sued by Mouse or the Immune Deficiency Foundation, but there is a legal case on Vshojo at this time.
Details, because there's a lot that is not fully sorted out yet. You know, it's tough. It's tough. I don't know. I just feel bad for her because like her main thing was putting trust into people to help her and getting promised up and down, yeah, we're here to help you and we want to do things for you and we want to work together, etc. And then having a situation like this happen, it's not just the charity money. She herself as well is owed a ton of money just on her own end, not even related to that. To find out that all of this is happening is just it's really tough for her. It's tough for all of us, but it's really tough for her. Besides her, yes, she also mentions, there's a lot of other stuff that's going on that is just, we're figuring out. And we'll see how it all pans out. That's all. Am I owed any money? I can't talk too much on anything other than, look, anyone who hasn't gotten their legal situation figured out is still figuring stuff out. Okay. I'm not gonna make any crazy claims of anything. For me, I've talked a bit on stream about what I can say. I've done everything I can to make sure I end up in the best position possible, I guess. There will absolutely be some things that just won't work out the way I want or the way I'd like.
Is Giga insinuating that Vshojo owes her money as well? Is Giga insinuating that Vshojo owes her money? What the fuck?
There will absolutely be things that I will do instead. I'll tell you right now, like one of the reasons I've mentioned the merch several times is because I've thought about like, well, no matter what happens, maybe I can.
That's scummy if Vshojo owes a lot of the talent money. I think until someone explicitly states they aren't owed money, yes. That means that Matara and Zentreya are also owed significant sums of money. Mind you, Zentreya has run her own charities, and Gunrun has been on her streams. So, what the fuck is happening?
At least like send a truck and pick up stock that I had or something, right? Like maybe I could do that. I don't know. But I'm still figuring stuff out. I don't know exactly about her scenario. I think she's probably still figuring stuff out based off of my situation, but I don't know. Other people are still figuring stuff out. It'll be hard for us to say anything specific, anything exact, anything definitive, anything like that without having everything like fully closed out legally and financially. And
honestly, how much is Gunrun involved? He was one of the owners of Vshojo until he became the sole owner of Vshojo. He is the boss. One of the owners stepped down. I don't remember how long ago it was. I think it was just before Matara left. But Gunrun is one of the head honchos, if not the head honcho.
All of that, So I will say, like, people will want to know things, will want to know specifics, but like we ourselves don't have things in a spot that's good enough where we can like even talk about it, So, yeah, here we are. Speculation's a bad idea right now too. Yeah, I know 100% people are going to start saying things like, oh, they're probably owed all this, owed all that, blah, blah, blah. They're going to go crazy, making assumptions, whatever. And like,
I feel attacked, Giga. I'm not making an assumption. I'm just asking questions. I promise. I am not trying to make assumptions. I'm just asking questions because I feel like there is a lot that we are not being told. Um, excuse my model. I'm not smiling right now, but it likes to act like I'm smiling when I'm talking. Um, but I genuinely think that there is a lot more involved that we don't understand, and I don't think we're going to right now.
like I said, can't say anything definitive on anything. All we can say for sure is what she said on the charity funds. And any of us who have been saying like, yeah, we're still trying to figure stuff out. You know, we're still like trying to figure out what happens to everything, right? That's been talked about, but that's really like kind of where it ends on what we could say right now at this moment, you know? So, yeah. I don't know. I wish I could say more, but here I am. Here I am. It's been rough. So I really, what I ask from you guys is to just understand, you know, because a lot of people have been sitting around and like not saying much when leaving, or you know, we're just in a weird spot. We're in a weird spot. So, yeah. But yeah, I wanted to make mention of that. Anything she said in her videos, what she said, that's it. Okay, and hopefully we'll be able to speak more on some other things, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know. I think it was always tough for her because she's always been in this spot where like she's one of the largest talents, and whatever she does really affects a lot of people, and she's
And on top of that, she didn't ask to be in that position. She didn't ask to be the face of Vshojo. She didn't ask to be the biggest talent in their corporation, like at all. Also, for those who are not sub to the stream, ads start in 7 minutes, so I'm giving you fair warning. I don't know if you can see me once ads come off, but I'm just letting you know.
always I've always felt like you shouldn't have to consider that. To consider your own situation, what's right for you. Does it suck if someone else is affected by your decision? Yeah. Is that your fault? Should you throw away what you want to do for that? No.
No.
You know, so I'm just glad she's just doing what she needs to do for her. I've always been an advocate of that. You know. So while it is like a difficult thing to talk about, it is a difficult situation. It's very, for me, from my perspective, relieving that at least something can get talked about. But again, yeah, support all of the talents, support everyone, every member, current, former, doesn't matter. Love everyone. And, you know, whatever they're dealing with, they probably won't be able to tell you much or anything at all or whatever. So just don't bother them about it. They'll say what they can, and I promise people want to. No one wants to be in a situation where they can't say much when it's
It must have to do with like an NDA or something like that.
about something like this, you know? So, yeah, I don't know.
Wait, I think we could have seen this coming from Mouse's tweet about her standing up for herself. Yeah. I haven't been on Twitter because, you know, it's been really toxic and right wing and really gross lately, you know. Y'all know I'm a big supporter of Palestine. So I haven't really been I haven't been checking Twitter nearly as much. I've actually put an extension on my browser to limit my viewing time on Twitter. Yeah, like for every one thing they do talk about, there's probably 10 things that are happening behind the scenes. Exactly, Indigo. But yeah, no, I haven't checked Twitter, but I did see the tweet about Mouse standing up for herself, and she needs to. Because if things are even a fraction worse than what she's talking about, they would have dog walked her if she hadn't said something.
All I will say is, in the future, if anyone is running an event like that, they're doing it like a charity sort of thing or whatever, please support it. Please support it. I don't know, like, this is something that has made us worried because we're like, we only ever want to do this kind of stuff properly, right? And to know that out of our sight, out of our knowledge, that something was done incorrectly, it's crazy. It's crazy.
If you are ever in a situation where you run a charity, there are two websites that I really trust outside of the direct organizations. Well, three. One is GoFundMe. Two is Tiltify. And three is the Streamlabs charity page. Because Streamlabs automatically donates whatever it is that you put in there. So those are the three websites that I recommend to anybody that runs a charity live stream, is those three outside of the direct websites. Like, if you can't use Tiltify, GoFundMe, or motherfucking, what was the other one? Streamlabs charity, please link the direct organization pages so that people can donate directly. You know, that helps so much.
But yeah, there you go. Spread correct information, and that's it. Internet going crazy. Are they?
As a Gen Z, I got to say you've been a huge inspiration for me lately.
Oh, thank
Your
you.
energy and streams pushed me to start chasing my own creative stuff.
Good. You should. So I almost feel like the leaving.
What about Twitch charity? If you're able to do it through Twitch charity, then do that. I haven't used it, so I don't have the same experience. I've used GoFundMe, Tiltify, and Streamlabs charity. If you can do it through Twitch charity, go for it. However, I'm just listing the ones that I've used and that I trust, outside of the direct organization websites.
Think of any others somewhat soften the blow of this? Yeah, I don't know.
If I was any of the Vshojo talent, I would lawyer up and see what way to get out of the contract and keep the IP. Okay. Cast, let me explain some stuff about Vshojo, and for my YouTube viewers who don't really know much about VTubers, Vshojo, it is like a reverse corpo, okay? All these VTubers keep their IP. The only thing Vshojo can do is, one, sell merch with your IP on it and get a cut of the profit, and two, take care of your finances on your behalf. Other than that, they can't do anything. It's not like HoloLive. It's not like, how do I put it? It's not like other corpos, okay? It's not like the Japanese or, Chinese corpos. Because China has their own VTuber companies as well. And I'm pretty sure every single talent has lawyered up.
I am here!
Hi, BJ. Welcome in. To kind of give you a recap, Ironmouse left Vshojo. Vshojo owes her a significant sum of money and also $500,000 to the Immune Deficiency Foundation charity. So give me a second. Let me tag Frosty Tools. Saw it, huh? Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's pretty fucking bad. We're watching Giga's take on it. We already watched the original video together. I was just explaining how Vshojo works for those who haven't been aware of Vshojo and how Vshojo kind of turned the corpo VTuber game on its head, and how it's different from other corpos. Everybody gets to keep their IP and stuff like that. The only two things Vshojo can really do freely is manage finances on your behalf and sell merch with your likeness on it and get a cut of the profit. All the English Vshojo crew left have pulled the Vshojo label out of their Twitter screen names. Yes, they have.
I haven't asked Mouse directly about this, but I hope that, like, me choosing to leave, I was the first one who sat there and said, I'm choosing to go. And I hope that made that easier for anyone who felt like maybe they couldn't just make their own decision to do that. And I think she talked about it in her video bit, but she's always felt kind of like a huge burden, you know, knowing that she's very much been the face of things and all of that. It's been very hard for her to, like, make those decisions for herself, because she is a very selfless person. She's not really good at that.
I mean, she started VTubing to make online friends. It was never about the money. It was never about the career. Never.
You know? And so I hope that was kind of not something I was expecting necessarily, but I was hoping, like, hey, at least me, I'm very much a first mover, okay? I'm very much a person to be like, I'm gonna do this, and you guys know I'm like that. So, and I wasn't gonna sit there and, like, wait for anyone else to do something first or see what they think or blah blah blah. I just said I'm gonna do it. So all I hope is that me making my own decision helps other people make their own decisions, no matter what that decision is, whatever they want to do. You know, I just hope that helps people realize, like, I should just do what I want to do, and that's all, right? And I didn't sit there and, like, be like, I'm gonna force everyone to do this, or, you know, anything crazy. I was just like, I'm just gonna do what's right for me. And you saw when I left, I made a video and I was like, this is what I felt I needed to do.
Exactly. Sometimes that's the best move, you know? Sometimes just taking the decision to, you know, walk away first, it inspires other people to do the same. Taking that direction will help people. I normally avoid drama, but I really want to know the rest of what was going on. I will explain it in a second. Let me give chat time to get through the ads. I don't know if y'all can hear me over the ads, because I know sometimes it'll do like a pop-out window where you can hear me, but we've got 30 seconds, so I'll give it a minute, and then I will explain. Well, I mean the stuff they can't talk about yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that it's going to be a severe legal case.
That's how I presented it, you know? And that's still how
Welcome back.
I felt with all the information that I had, that was what I should do. And I did it. So hopefully that helps other people just do what they feel is right for them. Again, no matter what that is. No matter what that is. Not necessarily leaving or doing anything in particular. Just they need to think and do stuff for themselves and not for anything else.
Critical thinking has always been the key way to form your own opinions and thoughts and make your own decisions. And by setting that example, you could help other people get out of bad situations.
Did I feel bad leaving? 100%. I was like, I'm one of the people.
I love Giga. She's so calm and professional. Like, she's the eye of the storm. I love Giga too. Giga has always been like the cool, calm, collected person when it comes to these things. She's very tactful, which is a nice touch. This sus as fuck when there are people dropping like flies. I think a lot of people suspect that something bad was going on. Saw this Giga vid a few minutes ago. Yeah, I'm going over it with the people that really haven't had a chance to process the Ironmouse stuff, because we watched the original video a little while ago. YouTube is going to see this after you guys, so yeah. This is really rough. This is really rough. Ironmouse and Zedrea were the people that got me into VTubing. So this hits home for me a lot, and I have been fighting the urge to cry because of the cruelty, and it just makes me wonder what's going to happen to whoever's left.
It was like really holding together inside and making sure things are happening. I'm one of the people that does a lot of cross discussion and everything. I'm someone that I'm aware of that. I'll just say that I'm just aware of that and how much I help like the other side of things too, not just members. She I can't say specifics about her and her situation, but what I will say is she has always been very truthful to herself and what's right for her. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Not at
That's
all.
it. That's really all I could say. So I've seen some people try to read into things as if there's something negative there, but no, shouldn't do anything crazy or anything bad. So, please support her, for sure. He said, "I feel sick." You think? How do
Mousy deserves all the fucking love, dude.
you think I feel, huh? You don't need to feel sick. What you need to do is chill out, support, spread correct information. I should feel sick. Yeah, I feel sick nasty. No.
I can't believe Vshojo hasn't put out a statement yet. At least something. I don't think they can because of the legal case that they're under currently.
It's definitely emotional for a lot of people. Again, I don't really like display negative emotion like really heavily. Doesn't mean I'm not upset, doesn't mean I'm not angry. But what makes me feel good and what keeps me moving forward is trying to move forward, trying to do something and trying to be constructive, right? And sitting around and being all upset and being like, oh my God, oh, and lamenting doesn't get us anywhere better. For me. Maybe for some people it does. There are people that need to.
Mouse didn't deserve any of this. She is the foundation and the inspiration for a majority of us. Exactly. She's never been a selfish person. Never. She literally treats chat like her friends, as far as like hanging out and talking about stuff and things like that. I literally came in there one time when she was reviewing VTuber reference sheets. And like I submitted mine. But I told her, I'm like, Mouse, I'm just happy to be here. And she said, I'm glad you're here. And Amelie had just joined the company. I know. Ama is going to be fucking distraught. They already passed 10,000 for the Immune Defense Foundation since the announcement. Sorry, Immune Deficiency Foundation. Good. Good. That's what we need. That's what we need. God, this is so rough, dude. We need to keep going. We need to get them what they're owed.
Prevent those emotions to feel better. If they don't do that, they get stuck. That doesn't happen to me. I need to sit there and think about what can I do. So if you see someone else who's less chill, don't compare our reactions and be like, she wasn't mad or anything crazy. It's just to get myself to be in a spot where I'm good.
Giga has a very productive way of handling bad situations. Think about what to do to make it better as soon as it happens, which is amazing. Not everybody has that ability, So it does create a nice role model for some of us to be able to take action quickly.
There and like being constructive about is the way. So situations like this, I know a lot of people are going to get anxious. They're going to feel, like they want to do something, but there's not much to do. So we focus on what we can, right? And really what you can do is support and spread support. You can.
It's at 100K the last time I checked. It really shows everyone behind Mouse. Giga's very smart and well spoken. It's good she's speaking on it. She can give good facts on things. I'm so happy that it reached 100K already. And yes, I love Giga's mentality. I love that she's not trying to, spread false information on it, and she's doing what she can. Although I do feel a little called out that I was speculating, but like sometimes that's how I cope with it, is speculation on why things are happening. Let me give you an example while we have time. So when XXXTentacion, I don't know if any of y'all listen to him. A week before his death, I sent him a portrait, right? So, because he interacts with his fans, so I sent him a portrait of back when he had white hair and he had no eyebrows. Okay, and a week later he died. Now I didn't know his beef with Drake. I didn't know any of it, but the way Drake was moving back then, like, I speculated Drake had something to do with it. People hated me for that. People called me like so disrespectful. The man just died and acted like I had no like humanity for thinking about it. But my thing was that in order for me to process it, I had to speculate. It wasn't me saying, "Oh, this is what happened." It was me going, "What if?" you know? And that's what I'm kind of doing here, is a what if. What if every single member of Vshojo is being withheld from their funds? What if every single member of Vshojo is going through some sort of problem with the company itself? It's not a, oh, this is for a fact, this is legitimate. No, this is a theory and an opinion and a processing of the possibilities of this whole legal battle that will be coming. Like, if it's just Mouse, then it's just Mouse. If it's everybody, then it's everybody. But we won't know for sure until they have legal right to talk about it.
Go like every tweet everyone makes relating to these things. You can go watch Mouse, like I said, watch Mouse's video, leave a nice comment, even if it's just.
You'll never make everyone happy. I speculate too. I can't help it. If it matters to me, I want to understand. Exactly. You want to peer into the minds of these people and, the behind the scenes, because it helps you, get through it a little bit better. There has to be a logical reason for it.
Like, thank you for this video. Like, whatever. Leave a comment. Click on the I liked this button, etc. Right? Like, just spend your time doing all of that, and then by the time you get to the end of that, you'll probably feel a bit better. Like, I've done a part of something to make this better. And retweet the tweet with the Tiltify link, right? All that kind of stuff. Just make sure that kind of stuff is done before you're like, I don't know what to do, because there is stuff you can do right now. It's not gonna feel crazy, but I feel like by the time you do it, you're gonna understand, like, you actually have helped a lot. So it is what it is. And if you're like ultra anxious, honestly, go to the former members' Twitters, scroll, find anything that they're promoting, like it. Anything they're promoting, hit the like button, done, right? And that way when people are searching for Arnie,
it's literally effortless to do. If we don't have money, that is what we can do. Liking their posts, liking their videos, subscribing, commenting, sharing, whatever you can do. If you don't have the money to donate, do that. That's like Gamers for Gaza when I ran it. If you didn't have the money to donate to it, all I asked was to share. Pink Spade Project was the same way. Palestine Children's Relief Fund in my Twitch is available for people to share and donate. Now, again, this is not about me. Okay, this is about Vshojo, but I am using my experiences to empathize and to relate to how I would handle this problem. So if I were a, you know, fan of these VTubers, which I am, I would be doing those things. And as a VTuber, I'm using my experiences as an example.
Names, they're searching for Vshojo, whatever, instead of some random ass drama tweet being the first thing that's shown to them. Instead, it's like, oh, this person's working on this thing. Oh, how nice, right? Oh, they posted this Tiltify link. Oh, how nice. That kind of stuff, right? Do all that.
So that gave a lot more of a, how do I put this? It gave an outside looking in perspective from somebody who has already left Vshojo, and I feel like that helps a lot. Let me switch over. I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. I'm sorry, my model's smiling. I'm not. I am not okay. However, these things needed to be discussed. Giga gave really good points on how we could support. Giga gave really good points about, you know, the fact that there is a lot of things that we will not know until the legal stuff is out of the way. There may be things we will never know, even after the fact. And I feel like that does give some closure that, like, things are being worked on. Things are being, like, talked about. But it's not going to get better from the fans' perspective until then. So the best thing we can do is just be there for the former Vshojo members and current ones. And just do our best. I was a huge Vshojo fan. My girls love Mouse Zen and Henya. Kason just shared, we need an explanation. Please answer Vshojo. They're not going to. Not until the legal case comes out. What legal case? I don't know. Like I said, it may be Mouse suing Vshojo. It may be all the girls suing Vshojo. It may be the charity itself suing Vshojo. We don't know. I know each one of them has a lawyer. Each one of them, you know, is prepared for whatever happens. But we won't know the gravity of the situation until all of that happens. So the best thing we can do is to keep supporting these girls, whether they're in Vshojo or not. And that is all we can do. Share the fundraisers, you know, share the tweets directly from them. You know, these fucking drama channels, you know, they don't have an understanding of VTubers. So, as VTubers and VTuber fans, we have to do our part as well to just be there for them. So, that is where I'm going to leave it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not okay, so I'm probably gonna go curl up in the hotel bed and relax. For those who aren't aware, this was an impromptu stream. I was not planning on streaming until I got back from the conference. Thank you for the hugs, BJ. I was not going to stream until I got back from the conference. I'm speaking about my time in foster care. So I will be extremely busy with that and classwork until I come back. So forgive me for not streaming. This was kind of an impromptu thing, but I hope you have a great rest of your night. And chat, please say bye to YouTube. we are going to raid out